Hey everybody, I had two things I wanted to talk to you a little bit about today. One of them is parkour or free running. They're a little bit different, and pen tapping. Parkour is basically what that is moving through a space in the most efficient and fast way. Free running is like a cousin to parkour. Free running adds a little bit more style, flair. Parkour, you are jumping over objects, going through objects, different things like vaulting. They have like the Kong vault, the lazy vault. There's cat leaping, jumping onto walls, from one wall to another wall, tic-tacking off a wall to get over an object or higher up onto another adjacent object. And free running, both of these you're running through, like they were designed for like an urban environment in the city. Free running, you go and you add twists, maybe some flips, some things like that, kind of sprucing up parkour a little bit. There's some really good sites and organizations out there. American Parkour is another one. It's AmericanParkour.com. Links to these will be in the description. Then there is urbanfreeflow.com. That's another really good one. Some of these sites, they have tutorial videos that show you how to land safely, landing and rolling. A lot of safety is pushed with these because you're jumping from higher elevations, jumping over a lot of objects. You don't want to get your foot caught on anything. It's really simple. You don't really have to have any special gear, just some good shoes with some good grip on them. They do have things like wrist brace that'll help stabilize your wrist so you don't get injured there. Some knee, not really braces, like supports, wraps around underneath the patella or the kneecap, keeps it from moving out of place, helps reduce the chance of injury. So those are some really interesting things that I've found on the internet lately. Looks like something I'd like to get into. Of course, I live out in the country a bit. We don't have all the railings and the walkways and everything like they do in the urban environment. The other thing I was going to talk about is pen tapping. Pen tapping is exactly what it sounds like. Lots of people have picked up on this. Basically, you can use any ballpoint pens. They use markers, basically anything to make a sound. And you're just using a table. Different services make different sounds a little bit. And then they just take the tips of those pens or markers and they tap with the tip of it, or they slap it with the body, the shaft of the pen. And they use with like their base. They use their wrist, like the very edge of the palm to the wrist, to make like a bass sound. They make a lot of different beats and things on it. There's a lot of different websites, a lot of different videos on YouTube for it. The links to those will be in the description. So yeah, just go and check some of those things out. They're really interesting. Pen tapping, anybody can get into it. Just got to get a rhythm down. Parkour, it's a lot of physical agility, endurance, precision, things like that. Really interesting. With parkour, everything that I've found so far is saying that parkour was basically founded in 2003. Since then, there have been a lot of different schools, training camps and things set up for people to learn how to do parkour and free running. There's some interesting videos of that. You can also find those videos on the websites. I think urbanfreeflow.com is one. I'll find some others. Links will be in the description. So look at those, see if it's something that you would like to get into. Just make sure you're safe about it, you stretch. If you're a little bit older, I think they said in those the camps, Anywhere from 8 years old to 42 has been the age range for those, and that was like in Iceland, London, a couple different schools there. There may be one here in America, I'm sure there is. Major cities, I'm sure, would have some kind of classes going on. Some of them are weekly. Some of them might just be a group of people getting together on a regular basis, going out into the city, checking things out, making sure things are safe before they get out there and they do it. They set up their own little course in their mind and different maneuvers. Really interesting. So go and check those links out and let me know what you think.